What if everything you've been searching for so long isn't lost nor far away, but is actually searching for you? Yes, just like that. Love, success, answers. What if they've been trying to find you while you've been running? Non-stop, because listen closely. What if the universe already knows every detail of what your soul craves? What if it's just waiting for you to let go of control, take a deep breath, and truly trust that everything is falling into place? Look, most people live in a rush, as if life were a timed marathon. They obsess over results, carry tension, and try to push the river with their hands. But what if it's the other way around? What if the real power comes precisely from letting go, from allowing life to surprise you, from opening up to something bigger than you ever dared to imagine? Joe Dispenza explains it clearly. When you align your energy with what you truly desire, when you elevate your mind and emotions to higher states, you don't need to run anymore. Because you stop chasing and start attracting. Your reality shifts, yes, but because you've already begun to shift inside. And today, we're diving into how you can activate that change within yourself. But first, if you feel ready to stop fighting and start trusting, write it in the comments below. I trust the process. Let that energy shine. And you know, if this message resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell to keep receiving these nuggets of wisdom. Here we go. You know something? We live in a field of infinite possibilities. Every second, every breath is charged with the potential for a miracle. I'm not exaggerating. Right now, as you hear these words, you're one breath away from a profound shift, the kind that shakes your soul, and it all begins with something so simple yet so powerful. Trust. Yes, trusting in the intelligence of life, in that invisible current that holds everything together. At first, it might sound airy, even naive, trusting the universe. It sounds like leaving everything to chance, but that's not it. It's not about sitting idly, waiting for life to serve you on a silver platter. No, trusting the universe is understanding that there's a greater intelligence, a wisdom that moves the threads with astonishing perfection. Look around. Planets spin without falling. The sea rises and falls with precise rhythm. Birds cross continents without GPS. And your heart beats without you giving it orders. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, friend, that's harmony, and you're not separate from that symphony. You're part of it. You're a note in the cosmic concert. But we often forget. We go through life feeling alone, disconnected, as if we have to carry the world on our shoulders. We fight, we push, we want to control everything. We think success depends solely on our effort and sacrifice, when in reality it all starts within you. Because you're not just a body moving through the world, you're energy. And that energy travels through your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. Every thought sends a signal. Every emotion vibrates at a frequency. And guess what? If you're constantly vibrating in fear, scarcity, or doubt, that's what you attract into your experience. But if you flip that switch and start moving from trust, expansion, gratitude, then everything transforms. Literally, your body and mind align with that invisible force that creates realities. And this isn't a fairy tale. It's backed by science. Our brain is wired to confirm what it believes. If you're convinced life is hard, your mind will show you proof of that daily. But if you believe there are opportunities, that things can get better, I guess what starts to show up. That's why some people, simply by expecting good things, live them. They've trained their attention to see beauty where others see only chaos. Trusting in life isn't sitting around waiting for miracles. It's living with intention. It's taking action, yes, but from inspiration, not anxiety. It's leaving room for things to arrive in ways you never imagined. Because sometimes the most magical moments happen when you let go of the script. When you meet that person who changes your life, when that unexpected opportunity arises, when everything clicks without you having planned it. And mind you, doubting is human too. There'll be days when you wonder how to trust when everything seems to be falling apart. But here's the trick. What looks like chaos is often just a restructuring. The universe isn't punishing you, it's repositioning you. Challenges make you grow. Just as a muscle needs resistance to strengthen, your consciousness expands. With every obstacle, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Instead of playing the victim, ask, where is this guiding me? When you start seeing life through that lens, drama loses its grip. Obstacles become stepping stones. Trust becomes your superpower, and there are tools to cultivate this trust. One of the most powerful is gratitude. Yes, giving thanks for what you already have shifts your frequency. It pulls you out of fear, out of I lack, and tunes you into I already have. And from there, abundance flows more easily. Another incredible tool is visualization. When you imagine your dream life with real emotion, your brain doesn't distinguish between what's imagined and what's real. It believes it, and so it starts to create it. But it's not enough to see it. You have to feel it as if it's already happening. That's the clearest signal you can send to the universe. And finally, the crown jewel. Surrendering to the process. Letting go of control. Stopping the need to dictate the how. The universe doesn't work with spreadsheets or follow your plans to the letter. It has its own map. And if you trust it, it'll take you further than you could ever go alone. So, do you dare to trust? To allow something greater to guide you? Because when you do, the magic begins to unfold. The path isn't always straight. You already know that. There are curves, detours, times when it feels like you're going backward. But when you let go of the need for everything to be linear and perfect, when you truly trust that what's happening is happening for a reason, that's when your soul breathes. That weight of control falls off and you let life surprise you. And that's when you start seeing what you didn't see before. Signs everywhere, phrases that repeat, numbers that follow you, people who show up just when you need them. That gut feeling that won't leave, that sense of this is the way. But you only notice them when there's silence within you, when your mind quiets, like a still lake without waves. Because when you're caught in doubt, in the obsession to control every step, those signs drown in mental noise. But if you nurture trust like watering a flower, the right doors open, and they open without you forcing them. Trusting the universe isn't blind faith. It's awakening to the truth that life doesn't happen to you. It happens through you. You are the channel. The way you think, the energy you vibrate, the beliefs you hold, all of that shapes your daily experience. The universe is a mirror. It's always reflecting back. It always responds. So pause for a moment and ask yourself, what am I choosing to believe? What kind of reality am I sowing with my thoughts? Because the moment you choose to trust truly, everything changes. The right people show up, opportunities flow, circumstances align, and it's not luck. It's alignment. You've tapped into the deep rhythm of life, so come on. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, release that tension you've been carrying, and let certainty in. Because everything, absolutely everything you need, is already on its way. You were just too busy trying to control it all. The universe has been working in your favor all this time. Yes, even when it felt like everything was crumbling. Now is the time to surrender. Not as defeat, but as release. As a leap of trust in the intelligence that holds it all together. And when you align with that flow, something magical happens. Suddenly, life starts unfolding in ways you never planned, even in your wildest dreams. Doors you thought were locked swing open, paths appear, and the people you need arrive at the right moment, in the perfect place. But this isn't a magic trick. It's energy. It's intention. It's the direct result of how you choose to show up in life. Trusting isn't sitting on the couch waiting. It's acting when something inside you sparks, when an idea excites you, when a curiosity won't let go. That feeling, it's not random. It's your intuition saying, this is the way. Joe Dispenza puts it clearly. When you change your energy and move from certainty instead of fear, you stop chasing things and things start coming to you. It's not magic, I insist. It's energetic science. It's spiritual biology. It's a shift in how you think, feel, and act, and that inner shift transforms your outer world. And mind you, trusting doesn't mean life becomes a bed of roses. No, challenges will still come. Roadblocks too. But something changes deeply. You stop seeing problems as punishments. You start seeing them as opportunities to grow, to refine, to strengthen. You no longer ask, why is this happening to me? You ask, what is this teaching me? What version of me is emerging through this moment? That shift is everything. You go from feeling like life is hitting you to realizing life is awakening you. The universe is in constant expansion. It evolves. And you're made of that same essence. When you align with that truth, you stop swimming against the current. Everything flows more smoothly. Everything becomes clearer. You know what people who've changed the course of humanity have in common. At some point, they believed in something that wasn't yet visible. They dared to trust in possibilities others couldn't see. That capacity is in you too. But you have to release the brake of fear. Fear is the greatest saboteur. It disguises itself as caution, logic. It's not the right time. But often, fear is just the gateway to something massive. The mind is an expert at crafting catastrophes that never happen. It keeps you trapped in a loop of doubts. But fear isn't real. It's a projected shadow. And when you see it as such, you can move forward. You can act even with fear in your body, and that's exactly when the universe reaches out to you. Joe Dispenza teaches it with precision. When you move from a state of survival, dominated by fear, struggle, control, to a state of deep trust and openness, you activate a different part of your brain. Your chemistry changes, your body enters creator mode, and in that state, you see opportunities where you once saw only problems. Fear no longer controls you because you've taken charge of your energy. Trusting in life isn't just about big decisions or epic moments. It's in the everyday, in how you interpret each experience, in how you respond to what you don't yet understand. That delay, that call that doesn't come, that no that hurts. Maybe they're redirecting you towards something better. Something that aligns more with your true purpose. Because the universe never stays silent. It's always responding. It's always speaking to you through coincidences, intuitions, emotions, encounters. But you decide whether you listen or stay distracted. When you stop resisting, you start receiving. You realize the opportunities were already there. You just weren't in the right mental or energetic state to see them. Another key to this trust is anchoring yourself in the present. The mind is a restless traveler. It revisits the past or jumps to the future but rarely stays here. And yet, here is where the magic happens. Here is the only true point of power. In this moment you have everything. Your breath, your presence, your ability to choose an emotion, a thought, an action. When you stop overanalyzing what's to come and simply dive into what's happening, you connect with the pulse of life. You become more intuitive, more attuned to synchronicities, more open to the guidance that's always been there. And perhaps most importantly, you learn to trust yourself. Because often, the biggest block isn't the world, it's what you believe about yourself. We doubt our worth, our abilities, what we deserve. But here's the raw, beautiful truth. You're not separate from the universe. You are the universe, manifesting through your unique way of being. When you truly integrate that, trust becomes natural. You no longer need the world to confirm it. You stop seeking approval outside because you feel that you're guided, supported, and purposeful, and then every day becomes a sacred act. You wake up with intention, excited to discover what the universe has in store for you today. You stop forcing and start allowing. And even the simplest things, a conversation, a pause, a glance, become part of a divine, perfect, profound dance. Because the more you trust, the more you receive, the more you surrender to the mystery, the more everything makes sense. So tell me, are you ready to co-create your life instead of just surviving it? When you truly understand the power within you, everything changes. You no longer need the external world to tell you where to go. You start carving your own path. With every thought, every decision, every step you take, you're shaping your reality. Yes, you, and that's the true power of trust. Trusting the path, trusting your inner voice, and above all, trusting that there's a cosmic intelligence moving the pieces in your favor, even if you can't see it clearly yet. And the more you trust, the sharper your connection to your intuition becomes. You start feeling those subtle signals you used to ignore. That idea that hits you out of nowhere. That shiver that says, this is the way. That inner whisper you don't know where it comes from but feels so true. That's not a coincidence. It's the universe speaking to you. It's its way of showing you the next step, even if you don't have the full map yet. But you have to learn to listen to those signals, not question them endlessly, not let fear drown them out. Many people think trusting the universe means standing still, waiting for everything to resolve itself. But no, that's not it. Trusting isn't giving up and vanishing. Trusting is aligning. Imagine you're in a boat floating on a river. The water has its current, its rhythm. You can't control where the river goes, but you can decide how you navigate. You can row against the current and exhaust yourself, or you can flow with it, using its strength to go further than you thought possible. Life is that river. When you resist, you suffer. But when you flow with awareness, when you collaborate with the energy instead of fighting it, everything starts to flow. Joe Dispenza explains it clearly. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with a bigger vision of yourself, you move out of survival mode and into creator mode. You're no longer surviving, you're designing. And in that state of openness, of surrender, uncertainty no longer scares you. It becomes that sacred space where anything can happen. The unknown stops being an enemy and becomes the exact place where miracles unfold. That's where life turns magical, real, expansive. And yes, one of the key ingredients in this process is patience, because trusting the universe also means letting go of the calendar. It's knowing that things happen when they're meant to. Sometimes what you see as a delay is actually preparation. The pieces are aligning behind the curtain. The people, the circumstances, the synchronicities, they're finding their exact place. Even if you can't see it yet, something is brewing. And even if you don't see immediate results, even if the fruit hasn't appeared, trust this. What you sow with intention today will bloom in divine timing. Patience isn't standing still. It's moving forward with faith, even when the picture is still blurry. And there's another profound shift when you truly start trusting. You look at your past with new eyes. You no longer see it through pain or regret, but through wisdom. You begin to understand that even those tough moments were seeds of your expansion, that what seemed like a mistake was actually a stepping stone, that every fall, every stumble was preparing you for now. It's not about ignoring the pain, it's about transforming it, turning the wound into strength, the void into purpose. Because when you truly align with the universe, you realize nothing is wasted. Everything has been part of the plan. Even what hurt, even what you didn't understand at the time, and this doesn't mean you stop dreaming, setting goals, or visualizing your future. On the contrary. But it does mean letting go of the obsession with controlling the how, the when, the with whom, because often the universe has something far bigger for you than you ever imagined. But to receive it, you have to make space. Stop gripping. Open your arms, open your heart. So, how do you cultivate this trust in everyday life? Start with the simple. For example, give thanks. Yes, every morning. Start by thanking what you already have, no matter how small, because when you give thanks, your energy shifts. You tune into a frequency that attracts even more blessings. Another powerful tool is full presence, being truly here. Whether it's meditating, walking in nature, or simply sipping your coffee as if it's the most sacred thing of the day. The more present you are, the more you connect with the natural flow. You become more receptive. It's easier to see the signs, catch the synchronicities, feel the guidance, and don't ignore this. Joy is a compass. What excites you, lights you up, makes you vibrate. It's not random. It's the universe guiding you. It's saying, this is part of the path. Following your joy isn't a luxury. It's a way to live aligned with your highest purpose. It's what opens the doors to abundance, authentic relationships, and experiences that truly nourish the soul. And when you feel that spark, that inspiration, act. Don't ignore it. That idea that visits you, that opportunity knocking at your door, it's a sign. Move, decide. Don't wait for everything to be clear, because the more you act from inspiration, the more the path opens. Also, remember this. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself with kindness, with patience. Speak to yourself lovingly. You're a living manifestation of the universe. You deserve love, rest, care. And the more love you give yourself, the more space you create to receive the good. And of course, surround yourself with energy that nourishes you. People who lift you up, content that inspires you, environments that recharge you. Because the energy around you shapes your vibration, and your vibration is your magnet. Trusting the universe isn't a one-time moment. It's a journey. Some days you'll feel it strongly, other days you'll doubt. That's okay, it's all part of the ride, but every time you choose to trust, even just a little, you're activating your connection to the divine. And please never forget, even when things seem uncertain, you're never alone. The universe is always with you, always listening, always responding, even when you can't see it. So let go. Open your heart. Embrace the unknown. Follow that intuition that won't let go. Seek your joy. Act from the soul, because you're exactly where you need to be. And the best, trust me, is yet to come. If these words have touched your soul, give it a like and subscribe to stay in the loop for what's coming. And tell me in the comments, have you ever had a moment where trusting the universe led you to something wonderful? I'm dying to read your story.